How are they able to communicate? I mean, aren't their lines of communication totally broken at this point?
I don't know. I don't know that Israel is, I mean, I haven't seen reporting indicating that Israel's disrupted their internal communications.
Because like like for example, like the citizens, right? They're like supposed to be online, I guess, receiving updates, broadcasts, maybe radio, telling them, giving them all the reasons to continue to maintain support for the regime.
So they,
How are they able to maintain the regime anyways at this point? If I maybe ask the question better.
so first of all, they shut down their internet pretty much since the war began because they're afraid that it's a source of information for Israel and a means for domestic opposition to get organized, to get going. They've done this on a number of occasions in the past when they were afraid of domestic opposition. But there are sources or there are other channels of information. And here maybe we have a generational difference. It's not just the internet. There's something called a newspaper. Lots of people in Iran read newspapers, and there's TV and radio news, which young people in the West today do not read or listen to very much. But in Iran, they do more. And if the internet has been shut down, then of course those are the channels available, and they're all state run or state controlled in Iran's case.
So that would actually push them farther into, wouldn't that push the average civilians to become even more extremist just by the exposure to more biased media without exposure to more mainstream Western media?
Well, in normal times, actually, the Iranian people are known to be very, very, very avid users of the internet, and they're plugged into international media so that they have a better understanding. Now they don't. And so they're hearing just what the regime wants them to hear.
So it seems like the regime has some major challenges ahead of it. I guess, like, if I could try to understand the theocratic perspective in more detail, is it that difficult to justify a scenario where their belief system and the belief systems of the world that are trying to call for acceptance, collective acceptance, is it difficult to justify us finding a way to bridge the gap between their belief systems and those that seek peace and acceptance in the world?
I think it's hard. The West, ever since the Islamic Revolution, has tried to find ways to preferably topple the regime. And if you couldn't change the regime itself, at least change its behavior. And Iran has remained a revolutionary regime. It's calmed down a little bit over the years, but it's remained a revolutionary regime with extremist objectives, which it goes around pursuing in a way that other countries don't. So they built up enormous proxy players in the region, first and foremost Hezbollah, and then Hamas and the Houthis and others, huge Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria. They don't play by the games, by the rules of the accepted international game. They've conducted assassinations of dissident figures abroad, uh, around Europe. They've conducted lots and lots of cyber campaigns against countries abroad, and including, this is a little bit presumptuous, trying to destabilize recent American elections, starting in 2016. They've intervened in numerous other countries' electoral systems. And you see, for example, the difference in the way the international community views the ongoing war in Gaza. We had a lot of support the first couple of weeks when there was a feeling that Israel had been statingly attacked and maybe its existence had been in some danger. And you saw a huge outpour of public sympathy around the world in publics, and every Western leader came to Jerusalem within the first week or two. But then I don't have to tell you, and I'm sure not viewers, that let's say Israel is no longer very popular in the West.